Queen Tulsa, baby. Your favorite shade, your hottest tea, and your headline queen. The Wendy Williams of YouTube, iconic, epic, and always petty when I need to be. Queen Tulsa, I'm the queen of YouTube. I'm the Wendy Williams of YouTube. Treat me right, I'll treat you right. Treat me wrong, I'll treat you wrong. Hit that like, I don't bite. Hit that like, I promise you'll like. Cameras on, baby, I control the stage. Every headline bends when I set the page. Hot topics burn, I deliver with grace. Shady little smirk while I give you faith. From the gossip rooms to the YouTube fight, turn petty words into sleepless nights. If I say stops here, then it's all through. No one drops tea like I do. I'm the queen of YouTube. I'm the Wendy Williams of YouTube. Treat me right, I'll treat you right. Treat me wrong, I'll treat you wrong. Hit that like, I don't bite. Hit that like, I promise you'll like. Like and subscribe, let the numbers climb. Serving raw truth with a touch of divine. Breaking news, baby, I say it bold. Every word drips, hotter than gold. Discussing cases, I keep receipts. I'm a boss in heels with the fire and heat. You want the tea, I pour it smooth. I'm Queen Tulsa, baby, I set the mood. Sweet on the lips, but sharp when I speak. Petty when I whine, but my shade unique. Iconic, epic, I reign supreme. Queen Tulsa, the boss, I'm the headline queen. Don't get it twisted, baby. You came for the gossip, but you stayed for the queen. I don't chase views, views chase me. Now sip that tea, and don't forget to hit that like. Queen Tulsa, I'm the queen of YouTube. I'm the Wendy Williams of YouTube. Treat me right, I'll treat you right. Treat me wrong, I'll treat you wrong. Hit that like, I don't bite. Hit that like, I promise you like. And remember, if I say it stops here, it stops here.
All right, so let's go ahead and let's get up into it because, girl, one thing that you're not going to do is sit up here and try to play with the queen, sweetheart. That's what we are not going to do. First of all, you got Shakim over here doing the most over at Pizarro's channel, right? So my thing is, I went up on the panel because I seen Dory up there, and I was just, the help was up there. So if you're the help, just accept it. If you're not the help, why are you getting so offended? Every time I, say hello to the help, they get upset. But I just feel like if you go to someone's house, you always speak to them and their guest, right? So just him with his stinky ass is over there on Pizarro's channel. So he's over there. He keeps coming for me, and he wants to have conversation with me so bad, like it just bothers him. I'm not Lemon. I'm not infatuated with you. There's nothing drawing me to you. You're not. I don't think about you like that, Shakim. As much as you want me to just think about you, I don't think about you like that. You know, I just don't. And my thing is, you're making a plumb fool out of yourself by keep trying to come for me when I don't see you. I don't see it for you today. I don't see it for you tomorrow. I think that you're very delusional. I think you're delayed. And there was receipts of RNY questioning your bestie, Ness, about, there were some allegations that you had some genital warts. And, you know, from my perspective, how y'all stayed an extra day, you were vulnerable with her, and it seems like she got you exactly where she wanted you. And that was right in her bosom, right in her butt. Because Shakim, you spend more time running back to nest what people are saying. Like you can't even function and focus on your life because you're worried about everybody else. I'm not worried about you. I'm not worried about Ness. I'm not worried about Lemon. I'm not worried about JC. I'm not worried about any of the content creators on here when I log off. When I log off, I do me. When I come back on here, then I have to catch up and see what's going on. Right? But you want my attention for what? I just don't. I don't think that we mesh. And I'm okay with that. And you get upset every time you say, every time I'm on a panel, you don't acknowledge me. Well, I don't acknowledge you. I said a general hello that went out to everybody. If you took it, you took it. If you didn't, you didn't. But I'm not here to please you or make you feel comfortable. No, no, thank you. I'm not here for that. Where I don't even come to your channel and hit your link. So why are you acting like we're besties? We're not besties. I don't hang out at your place. I'm not on your link. I don't watch you. We're not good friends. I don't want to be your friend. Be okay with that. Be okay with that. Shakim, you stink. You lie. You dox. You you make up false documents. I mean, you're just not a person that I would want to align myself with. You other people might think that you're the greatest thing since, sliced bread, and that's perfectly fine. But unfortunately, I don't want anything to do with you. So that's why speaking up because, your friend Pizarro was like, oh, it's over, it's enough. No, it ain't over till I say it's over. And I'm not interested in being friends with you. I don't want to collab with you. I don't want to work with you. I've already did an interview with you and I don't know. Like I've you want to have a fight with me for some reason and I'm not going to take you up on that. I'm just going to let you fight by yourself. Mhm. I've just got to because it makes no sense. I mean, you're wanting to start up a fight because I don't acknowledge you and I'm cordial when we're in spaces. You want to have a different type of relationship. I'm not interested in having that type of relationship because I have boundaries and those are my boundaries. I can exist in a space with you, but it does not mean that we're friends. And I think some of you all need to understand that. Don't think because you are on a panel with me that we're homies. I'm being cordial, you know? And that's just what it is. I mean, you had an opportunity to be cool with me and you decided to do something different and that's okay. But I'm moving forward, I'm moving on. I'm not looking for validation from any of you all. In case you all were wondering, like, no. So that's just what it is. That's what it's given. Um, when you can't even walk in your own truth of being a gay man, we just don't connect. And then it gets so sexual. He starts talking sexual about me. He starts talking about sexual parts because that's what they're demonic. That's the only thing they think about is sex, 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 sex. Sex is not everything. Sex is not everything, baby. If sex is the only thing that you bring to a relationship, bitch, keep it moving. Okay, I'm beauty brains and the sex appeal and all that. I'm not just about sex. Oh, you a failed porn star, sweetheart. Failed where? Failed where? Failed where? Okay, I'm not living with my mother. I'm not doing live broadcasts out of a bathroom. Okay? The projection, a whole lot of projection. I don't stay with my mother. I'm a grown woman in my home that my husband and I purchased, okay? and we're raising our family, you know, and I'm able to come here and do what it is that I love. My husband, he didn't really, what YouTube was about, and he thought, oh, you're just on there just playing around. And until he saw that I'm really making a difference and I'm taking it serious, and he started investing into me. So I think that you guys have this perception of what a trans woman's life should be, and you've never walked in my shoes. So you can never relate. You can only relate to being a gay man that likes to pounce around town, go up in men's butt raw, use no protection. I mean, make that make sense. When you saw me on my videos that you keep calling me out about, there was protection. Wasn't nobody running up in nobody with no condom. Okay. I'm always a girl that practiced safe sex. Okay. Wrap it up. Wrap it up. How about that? How about you wrap it up? Because what we saw you doing was you got individuals out here showing videos of you going into a man's booty hole raw. Uh huh. That's what you did. It's video footage of you out there with baby, I am looking. Where's your little gold teeth that you got off of Timu? Where are they at? You didn't even go to Vegas. You went out there. You didn't even get a haircut. You just got a hairline. You just got a shape up. You went out there in your grandpa's clothes. Okay, let's talk about it. If you really want to get into it, let's get into it. Let's get into how you was out there in your grandpa's clothes and you got robbed for your shades because you wanted to have a moment with Lemon. By any means necessary, you were gonna try to get a moment with him. And then you were out there with buck tooth ass Ness with her big teeth. And then you had Intrinsic out there with her big heavy ass with that noodle ponytail. Like, don't nobody even wear noodle ponytails no more. She had like her dress like twisted up into like noodles and girl, she just thought that she was the shit. Y'all all thought y'all were doing it, but y'all all look like some struggling bums. Okay. And then you had Ness out there looking like Miss Cleo. Call me now. And Lemon with his big fat ass face. Oh my God, y'all. I got to show y'all this photo. This big predator ass nigga that they want to come back on a trip with them. You want this big predator ass nigga to be on a trip with you. Let's talk about it. Bitch, and then you got Miss Cleo ass right there. The bitch just always got something to say about somebody. Let me go ahead and get her little screenshot together, bitch. How you get your hair done and wear a damn a wrap the whole damn time? Y'all look creepy. And then you out there with your blonde wig, you damn cross dresser. You don't know if you want to be a man or a woman. You brought them wigs so you and your boo thing could get it going. That's why you were in the hotel room with him putting on his mask and being sexual. Let's talk about it. Let's get into this. In recent months, yeah. Okay. So let me ask you. Okay. So what I'll do is. Oh, I've changed. I've this. I've that. Well, if you. Okay, guys, this is 6 months ago. And when I say that I'm the queen of receipts, you know I'm going to keep a receipt, sugar. You know I'm going to keep a receipt. So let's go ahead and let's take a listen to Shakim. Uh huh. This was his testimony. I want you all to understand where I am coming from when I say, why is it that a man would want to be on a trip with a predator, with somebody who violated him, with somebody who took advantage of him, with somebody that said, "Hey, there's a price tag on your head. Somebody wants to lay hands on you." Okay, so let me go ahead and introduce. All right, let's get into it. Expresses her frustrations regarding her on content creators channels. I did link them in the description of this video. Now, the title of this video is Ness triggering Jay Dunn, and this is why we are here, because Jay Dunn has fell in love with Ness. Ness has allegedly been leading her on, and Ness is a very flirtish kind of girl. Let's just say that. But then you have Shakim in the mix, right? This is her friend. This is her homie, right? So let me tell you what you can look for in tonight's episode. Tonight's episode promises to be a roller coaster of emotions as Jay Dunn expresses her frustrations regarding her friend Ness's behavior. With a desire for a luxurious experience on the StreamYard link, she insists on special accommodations, particularly in relation to her disdain for Shakim. The drama escalates further when Lemon, having had too much to drink, joins the panel and begins to recount his infamous past as a peeping Tom in Las Vegas. Will Queen Tulsa's investigative journalism be able to dissect the core issues at play? Don't miss this opportunity to witness a compelling discussion filled with drama and insight. Well, let's see here. Let's get into it. All right, Shakim has become a member. Listen here, let me go ahead and have Miss Whitney Houston. Thank you, and I'm going to turn up nice where I turn up. So yeah, make sure you catch us for that. I didn't hear her initiate the conversation, but the conversation had come up, right? But this is the thing: when you're talking behind the scenes with different people, well, if you change, then you don't. I'm Shakim Ra. I'm a content creator. Good Tulsa, I'm so glad you are alive. I'm so glad to be in Queen City so we can get into some things. Let's go. Listen, I was just expressing the whole Jay Dunn situation and Ness's situation, and like, you're a friend of Ness. Now, let me ask you this. Before I do that, go ahead and let the people know who you are, where they can find you, and what you are about. Yes. So if you guys don't know who I am, I'm Shakim Bara. I'm a content creator. I originally did like celebrity news and Egyptology and stuff, but right now my channel is mostly about the beef sector. So you can find me at Shakim Bara TV. And yeah, I'm going to give it to you straight. I don't play no games. I like to roast, gag. I do a little comedy, and I oop, and I oop. And I just like to have a good time on my channel. So yeah, I'm just a good time. That's what I'm about. Absolutely. And you guys can get his link out of the description of this video along with others. So what is your take on what happened today on Ness's channel with Jay Dunn, her frustrations, and then we'll get into, your love interest, or the interest that was interesting, your love, Lemon. I want to know your thoughts about him and how he's still in denial. But let's start with Jay Dunn. And do you think that this can be resolved? Yes. Okay. So when it comes to baby teeth, it is literally just it's such a damn shame. All right. So, as you guys know, baby teeth, gray gums, hippopotamus leg, Barney Body, Teletubby Body, whatever you want to call her. She has been on a consistent rampage for like the past, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks. Acting like she's so in love with Ness, and she's had this life-changing event where someone passed away, and now life is so short. But today what I really saw was a narcissist on full display. Somebody that wants to control Nessa's platform, somebody that wants to impose rules and try to control
who a content creator has on their platform, and who tries to also cause division among friends. So what I saw today was a shame. It was a scandal. But what I really saw was a manipulative bastard and a woman that is clearly miserable and who I feel like is trying to take advantage of this platform. That's what I saw today.
It's so interesting that you put it that way. And like she's trying to control her friendships and things like that. In this perspective, let's just say, okay, um, with Brianna, and I gotta put Brianna in this, it was a situation where she doesn't like her best friend's boyfriend, but she doesn't make it an issue, right? She doesn't go over there and she wants to like fight. And this is kind of like the same thing. Not that they're in a relationship, but it's like you want to come over to my house, you want to change up my living room, you want to move around furniture at what cost? And my thing is, do you feel like Ness has led Jay Dunn on at some point in time, knowingly or unknowingly?
I mean, from what I've seen, no. I mean, from what I've seen, she's made it very clear that she's not interested. But Jay Dunn is not the type of person that's going to take no for an answer, okay? She's the type of person that will force herself on you. She's the type of person that will, shoot her shot over and over and over again until she's shooting blanks. And she's not going to give up. She's very aggressive and she's very persistent. So even without Ness leading her on, I think even just her talking to her behind the scenes, in her mind, she looks at that as being led on. That's her mentality, right? So from Ness' perspective, no, but I think in Jay Dunn's mind, basically anything Ness does will be looked at as, leading her on, so to speak.
Okay, so let me ask you this, because I know that mental health plays a big part in this situation on both parties. Do you feel like either party have attributes of being a fatal attraction?
Well, I will say from both ends, I feel like they both have been in toxic relationships before, and I have too. So I can't judge nobody, but I just think they have that vice, right? That vice of dealing with toxicity, and then we're in the beef sector, so it's like damn near everybody's fucking toxic. So yeah, I just feel like they've always had like a back and forth. And we remember, there was a big blow with YouTube cameras over Jay Dunn a couple months ago, right? So like they're cool. And then they're not cool. Then they're cool, and then they're not cool. So they have like a frenemy kind of vibe going on. And yeah, they both have, some interesting relationships, I could say.
Okay. So the reason why I bring that up is because when you have, someone, and I'm not speaking for anybody, but when you living in a fantasy and you've got everything planned out and everybody is supposed to be on board, what do you do with a friend like that?
Well, I can't really tell her what to do in this case, but I'll tell you what I would do. That bitch would be hitting my cash out because we know she's a paymaster, right? We know that she was dropped off of all of these panels last year and basically paid her way to be on these people's platforms. And I feel like if you're going to threaten me and try to blackmail me and say you're going to release messages and do all of that extra shit, bitch, you better have more than a membership. You know what I'm saying? So I hope that hope her pockets are as big as her ass. That's what I would say.
Yeah. Now, when it comes to her, okay, so what are your grievances with her? Like, I know y'all go back and forth, y'all give each other commentary, but what is it specifically that Jay Dunn has really done to you to where you're like, no, I'm done with this girl, and it's no going forward?
Well, yeah, okay, so just off the top of my head, this bitch spread lies about my father, saying that he did inappropriate things to me. She spread that narrative from the Umar sector, so she had no problem doing that sick ass shit. So I never forgot that. And then also, um, when the whole lemon situation happened with the computer, she was all for it. She was the number one lemonette in charge. She was a cheerleader. She ain't see shit wrong with it, and she had the nerve to say, that I deserved it. So my thing is, the bitch, she doesn't have a moral compass. She just has a selective moral compass when it's convenient. So I just feel like she's very bothered by my presence and by my relationship with Nuss, and it's always been that way. It's always been that way.
So let me ask you this: do you think that Jay Dunn and Ness trauma bonded on some type of way, and that's why Jay Dunn feels like they're friends and they're not supposed to ever part?
It's possible. I don't know what they talked about behind the scenes, but yeah, it's definitely possible.
Wow. Okay, so what would you? I mean, what would you take back to Ness? I mean, would you take this information back and say, hey, we think maybe y'all trauma bonded, and you know, what actions are you going to take going forward when it comes to an individual that because everybody's saying, I don't know this to be true, everybody's saying that she's crazy, she's been stalking and things like that. Has Ness gave you any type of sign that she was worried or concerned about Jada?
No, it's like the opposite. I feel like she's so used to dealing with Jay Dunn and her bullshit that she really it's like dealing with like I said, a friend. And they've known each other for so many years. So I mean, they fell out so many times. It's like, bitch, what the fuck you gonna do next? But for their trauma bonding, I feel like they've just known each other for so many years and they fell out so many times. And they're in the same sector. So it's kind of hard to avoid this bitch. I mean, she was on OBS panel today talking about Ness. She said that she would be doing a world tour tomorrow. So I guess we got that to look forward to. Pipsqueak is going to be everywhere. Because one thing about her, when she gets fixated on a person, she really hones in. Like she breathes, sleeps, and sweats whoever she's focused on, right? So it's hard to avoid a sociopath like her. And I don't think Ness hates her either. So you also got to factor that in. And then you got their history of like 5 or 6 years to consider. So I know that it's not easy to just throw all of that away, but shit, like, would you deal with a bitch like that? I mean, trying to tell you who to have on your panel and run your show? Real talk.
Well, that's why I told her, I said, if it's things that you don't like over here and certain people trigger you, me personally, I wouldn't go somewhere where I'm triggered. And that's why I asked her, did she feel like she was being accepted or tolerated? And I don't even think that she even was able to answer that. But Love Stone Gold says, even if someone is giving yes vibe, no means no. What are your thoughts on that? Do you feel like Jay Dunn isn't getting, the no?
Yeah, she's not. She's not getting the no. Have you seen it? I mean, if you were 5'4" and 300 pounds, imagine, you know, rejection for you. You know what I'm saying? So you have to put yourself in her shoes, her big ass Flintstone foot motherfucking bare hoof shoes. She has never been good with rejection based on her history, her toxic history with her relationships, which played out in the beef sector years ago. So she really can't take no because it's not like she has a lot of options. What do you think?
Well, I'm glad you asked because she said that Nets had 3 to 5 business days. And so within those 3 to 5 business days, she's not lacking for anything, is what she stated. So I was just trying.
Here he comes. Lawyer.
What's up, y'all? Coming to y'all live from London. Extremely humble, grateful, and blessed. Just got nominated for a Grammy. Let me make it clear. I didn't just get nominated for a Grammy. We just got nominated for a Grammy. Everybody tagged is a part of the project, and we got nominated. It's the unity, the black love, the black excellence, the love album, the R&B album of the year. No skips from top to bottom. Let's go. Yeah. Thank y'all so much. Every artist, everybody that listened to it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
People know exactly what they're doing until they get exposed. That's a word that came to one of the people on my team, and she gave it to me, and I'm giving it to you. People know exactly what they are doing until they get exposed. And once they get exposed, then they get confused, or they made a mistake, or they don't understand, and then people know exactly what they're doing.
I have no money problems, believe me.
So I'm thinking,
No
are you
money,
broke?
yes, no money problems whatsoever. That's Tony Braxton. That's not me.
Are you broke?
I have no money problems, believe me.
So I'm thinking,
No
are you
money,
broke?
yes, no money problems whatsoever. That's Tony Braxton.
Thank you for joining us. We
Thank you,
appreciate
Miss Monique,
Sydney.
for
We
coming.
appreciate you, Miss Monique.
Thank y'all.
All right, brother. And it's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Eddie, thank you so much, my sweet baby, for having us.
Why you keep thinking them, not me?
You know what, brother? You're going to hear yourself a lot from me lately. You're going to hear yourself around the world because we have to explain brothers like you. We do. And when we watched that movie, Birth of a Nation, and we saw that man walk his wife into that master's house, we watched him walk his wife in. Then we watched him go back and get him. You're that brother. I thank y'all for
God
your
bless
time,
you.
my babies.
Thank you.
Greetings, everyone. I want to thank you so much for coming by the Queen Tulsa show. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Listen here. Welcome to Queen City. We
As a selective moral compass when it's convenient. So I just feel like she's very bothered by my presence and by my relationship with Ness. And it's always been that way. It's always been that way.
So let me ask you this. Do you think that Jay Dunn and Ness trauma bonded on some type of way? And that's why Jay Dunn feels like, they're friends and they're not supposed to ever part?
Um, it's possible. I don't know what they talked about behind the scenes, but yeah, it's definitely possible.
Wow. Okay, so what would you take back to Ness's? I mean, would you take this information back and say, hey, we think maybe y'all trauma bonded and you know, what actions are you going to take going forward when it comes to an individual that because everybody's saying, I don't know this to be true, everybody's saying that she's crazy, she's been stalking and things like that. Has Ness gave you any type of sign that she was worried or concerned about Jaden?
No, it's like the opposite. I feel like she's so used to dealing with Jay Dunn and her bullshit that she really it's like dealing with like I said, a friend of me, and they've known each other for so many years. So I mean, they fell out so many times. It's like, bitch, what the fuck you gonna do next? But as far as their trauma bonding, I feel like they've just known each other for so many years, and they fell out so many times, and they're in the same sector. So it's kind of hard to avoid this bitch. I mean, she was on ODS panel today talking about Ness. She said that she would be doing a world tour tomorrow. So I guess we got that to look forward to. Pipsqueak is going to be everywhere because one thing about her, when she gets fixated on a person, she really hones in. Like she breathes, sleeps, and sweats whoever she's focused on, right? So it's hard to avoid a sociopath like her. And I don't think Ness hates her either. So you also got to factor that in. And then you got their history of like 5 or 6 years to consider. So I know that it's not easy to just throw all of that away, but shit, like, would you deal with a bitch like that? I mean, trying to tell you who to have on your panel and how to run your show? Real talk.
Well, that's why I told her, I said, if it's things that you don't like over here and certain people trigger you, me personally, I wouldn't go somewhere where I'm triggered. And that's why I asked her, did she feel like she was being accepted or tolerated? And I don't even think that she even was able to answer that. But Love Stone Gold says, even if someone is giving yes vibe, no means no. What are your thoughts on that? Do you feel like Jay Dunn isn't getting, the no?
Yeah, she's not. She's not getting the no. Um, have you seen her? I mean, if you were 5'4" and 300 pounds, imagine, you know, rejection for you. You know what I'm saying? So you have to put yourself in her shoes, her big ass Flintstone foot motherfucking bear hoof shoes. She has never been good with rejection based on her history, her toxic history with her relationships, which played out in the beef sector years ago. So she really can't take no because it's not like she has a lot of options. What do you think?
Well, I'm glad you asked because she said that Ness had 3 to 5 business days. And so within those 3 to 5 business days, she's not she's not lacking for anything, is what she stated. So I was just trying to see, because this is what I was getting. I personally, in no BS, no BS. I thought her and Ness were actually getting to know one another and that they were going to be like this online couple. Jay Dawn was asking if she could buy her some things off of her Amazon list. And she said, I just wanted to ask first. So I thought that they were getting to know each other and it was, they had some attraction. It didn't seem like Ness was denying it. It didn't seem like she didn't like it, because when Jay Dunn was over there, and I don't know if she was inebriated, but she seemed like she was having a great time. So when this happened, I was like, well, damn, what really happened? So I think it was just that. I think it was just having a good time where, I paid you your money, there's no bad debt, and let's just hang out. Let me give you an opportunity to have a place that you can come because you've been, blocked from everybody else's. And I think that Jay Dunn looked into that or took that as, oh, she's interested in me, when she was really trying to say, hey, let me just look out for you. I'm lesbian. We're in the same community. I know how it feels to be isolated or pushed to the side, and just wanted to help her out. What do you,
Yeah, yeah. I
did
mean, you would think that, but based on her history, it's like she's a control freak. So yeah, she's a good time when she's in a good mood. Yeah, I mean, she's not the worst person in the world to be around, but when she can't get her way, when she can't control the situation, it's like she lashes out and then she gets more and more aggressive and more pushy. And that's what I've been seeing happen over the past, I guess, week or so. Like it went from her just, making the whole show about her for 3 or 4 hours to now she is trying to control who can come on the platform. So I think it's just it's an escalation and it's just getting more and more toxic based on what I'm seeing.
Yeah. And I've noticed like she always says, well, I took a mental note of that. And I don't know what their communication is, but it just kind of seems like, in my opinion, they trauma bonding. And I think that Jay Dunn is really in love with that girl. And Ness, I think Ness is feeling her too. Do you think Ness is feeling her?
No, I mean, I don't know how they talk behind the scenes, but I don't think so because I feel like Ness even said earlier she's not a lesbian anymore. So, based on that, I think that's like what I was gonna say. Like, I'm not bisexual anymore either because when you get tired of niggas, you be like, shit, fuck that, I'm good. I'll be asexual for a minute. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like she's pushing Ness to even say like, shit, I don't even think I like bitches no more. So based on that, I would say no.
Oh wow. Okay. So let me ask you this. So you're leaving the men alone?
No, I was saying like if I said something like that, I felt like that before. I've had those feelings before. In recent months, yeah.
Okay. So let me ask you this. And I'll kind of push forward, but
that like I promise you like. And remember, if I say it stops here, it stops here. Queen Tulsa, baby. Your favorite shade, your hottest tea, and your headline queen. The Wendy Williams of YouTube, iconic, epic, and always petty when I need to be. Queen Tulsa, I'm the queen of YouTube. I'm the Wendy Williams of YouTube. Treat me right, I'll treat you right. Treat me wrong, I'll treat you wrong. Hit that like, I don't bite. Hit that like, I promise you'll like. Cameras on, baby, I control the stage. Every headline bends when I set the page. Hot topics burn, I deliver with grace. Shady little smirk while I give you faith. From the gossip rooms to the YouTube fight, turn petty words into sleepless nights. If I say it stops here, then it's all through. No one drops tea like I go. But I'm the queen of YouTube. I'm the Wendy Williams of YouTube. Treat me right, I'll treat you right. Treat me wrong, I'll treat you wrong. Hit that like, I don't bite. Hit that like, I promise you'll like. Like and subscribe, let the numbers climb. Serving raw truth with a touch of divine. Breaking news, baby, I say it bold. Every word drips, hotter than gold. Discussing cases, I keep receipts. I'm a boss in heels with the fire and heat. You want the tea, I pour it smooth. I'm Queen Tulsa, baby, I set the mood. Sweet on the lips, but sharp when I speak. Petty when I want, but my shade unique. Iconic, epic, I reign supreme. Queen Tulsa, the boss, I'm the headline queen. Don't get it twisted, baby. You came for the gossip, but you stayed for the queen. I don't chase views, views chase me. Now sip that tea, and don't forget to hit that like. Queen Tulsa, I'm the queen of YouTube. I'm the Wendy Williams of YouTube. Treat me right, I'll treat you right. Treat me wrong, I'll treat you wrong. Hit that like, I don't bite. Hit that like, I promise you like. And remember, if I say it stops here, it stops here.